I really don't care what happens at all. I don't care. Like, everybody they tiptoe around with this social media, but what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequence.
Celebrity breakups are rarely easy, but the situation between Iman Shumpert and Teyana Taylor has taken a dramatic turn that no one saw coming. What started as a quiet, seemingly respectful separation has now erupted into a full-blown public feud, with their daughter heartbreakingly caught in the middle. Once known for their deep love and admiration for each other, Iman and Teyana were one of Hollywood's most beloved couples. Fans were shocked when they confirmed their split, but things appeared civil at first. Teyana shared vague posts about healing and growth, while Iman stayed off the radar, focusing on his work and keeping things professional. But behind the scenes, things were anything but calm. According to insiders, legal teams were involved early on, and serious discussions around custody began unfolding. That tension finally boiled over when a leaked court document began circulating online, revealing just how strained things had become. In that document, allegedly part of their custody battle, Iman reportedly raised concerns about Teyana's parenting. These concerns went beyond typical co-parenting disagreements. What truly shocked the public was a statement attributed to their young daughter, which reportedly described moments where she felt unheard and alone. "Left alone when I needed her," the child reportedly said. It was a heartbreaking claim that quickly divided the internet. Some people felt the situation might be misunderstood, reminding others that kids can sometimes misinterpret events. But others were deeply moved and concerned by what they read. And Iman? He was clearly devastated. Following the leak, the tone of Iman's public comments shifted dramatically. Gone was the media-trained, composed figure fans had grown used to. In his place was a visibly emotional father, one who made it clear he would stop at nothing to protect his child. Without naming names, he began calling out so-called perfect parents online who create polished public images while struggling behind closed doors. Then came the moment that set the internet ablaze. Outside a courthouse, during a tense moment caught on camera, a paparazzo asked Iman about the parenting concerns and his ex-wife's response. Iman didn't hold back. Looking straight into the lens, voice trembling with emotion, he said, "I don't care who you are. If you hurt my kid, you need to be held accountable." That clip went viral in minutes. Fans shared it with captions like "This just got real," and debate erupted across social media. Some praised Iman for standing up for his daughter, while others questioned whether it was right to speak so publicly during an ongoing legal matter. But one thing became clear: the gloves were off. Sources close to the situation say Iman is now taking legal steps based on his daughter's statement, reportedly pushing for a deeper investigation into the matter. While no official criminal proceedings have been confirmed, the idea that things might escalate beyond family court has left fans stunned. What makes this even more difficult is that at the heart of it all is a young child, caught in a very public, very painful battle between two people who once called each other soulmates. The situation is still developing, and as of now, neither Iman nor Teyana has released an official joint statement addressing the court leaks or Iman's viral remarks. Teyana has remained relatively quiet, and her team has not responded to media inquiries about the allegations. Regardless of where you stand on the issue, one thing is clear: this is no longer just a celebrity breakup. It's a deeply emotional family matter that's playing out in front of millions. And for their daughter's sake, fans everywhere are hoping the next chapter brings healing, not headlines. This could turn into a potential criminal case, but let's take a step back. How did things get so bad between two people who once looked inseparable? Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert were once considered a real-life celebrity fairy tale. Fans watched them laugh together on reality TV, share intimate behind-the-scenes moments online, and stand by each other through thick and thin. When they welcomed their daughter, their bond only seemed to deepen. Family photos, heartfelt captions, and candid parenting moments made it feel like they were in it for life. That's why the current fallout feels so shocking. This isn't just a breakup, it's a total unraveling. And it's playing out in the most public, heartbreaking way imaginable. The real emotional weight hit when more details about their daughter's court-related statements began to surface. A family friend, speaking anonymously, described how the young girl reportedly grew emotional during a session with a court-appointed evaluator. She allegedly said things like, "Daddy listens to me more, and sometimes Mommy's too busy to notice I'm sad." On the surface, it could be a child's simple perspective, or it could signal something deeper. But for any parent, especially Iman, it was clearly a turning point. This wasn't just a red flag for Iman. This was a full-on alarm bell. And to him, it wasn't something that could be ignored or brushed off as a misunderstanding. Teyana's side, of course, sees things very differently. Her reps have strongly pushed back, calling the allegations not only exaggerated but unfair. They insist she's a deeply involved, caring mother, and suggest that Iman's sudden shift in tone may have more to do with gaining full custody than protecting their daughter. But here's the issue for Teyana. Public perception is hard to control. Even if everything her team says is true, the emotional weight of a child's words, of a child feeling neglected, is difficult to erase. And in the fast-moving world of social media, perception can quickly become reality. Soon, fans began pulling receipts, old interviews where Teyana admitted how tough it was to juggle her career with motherhood. Clips from live streams resurfaced where she seemed distracted while her children were nearby. None of it proves anything concrete, but in the court of public opinion, every soundbite becomes evidence, every expression dissected for meaning. Meanwhile, Iman has not backed down. He's been photographed leaving meetings with his legal team, looking visibly tense. Sources say he's collecting witness statements from people who've seen parenting dynamics up close. And behind closed doors, the talk is growing louder. If this battle heads to trial, it could get messy, not just legally, but reputationally, for both. The real tragedy, though? It's not what's trending. It's not even the he said she said narrative playing out in headlines. It's their daughter, the little girl caught in the middle of a storm she never asked for. Imagine being her age and stumbling across your parents' names online, surrounded by speculation, judgment, and viral headlines. She's not just seeing strangers argue about her family. She's watching her two biggest protectors become opponents. That leaves a mark. Because to a child, it's not about who's legally right. It's about the loss of safety, the loss of trust, the loss of peace. And no matter how this ends, that damage is real. It doesn't show up in legal filings. It shows up in the quiet moments, moments that used to feel like home. Every emotional post, every harsh quote, every leaked court document chips away at that foundation. And once it's gone, rebuilding it is nearly impossible. That's why the stakes feel so high now. Iman's now viral "lock her up" comment may have sounded like a heat-of-the-moment outburst. Maybe it was just a parent speaking from pain and fear. But what if it wasn't? What if it was a sign of how far he's willing to take this? If he truly plans to pursue legal action beyond family court, it won't just escalate the custody battle. It could trigger a total breakdown of any remaining goodwill between them. And Teyana? She's not the type to fade quietly into the background. If this does become a legal fight, she'll likely respond, whether by publicly defending herself, presenting her own evidence, or fighting just as hard to protect her image and her rights as a mother. The era of polite co-parenting is clearly over. Now it's about survival, about reputation, about control. Every post, every paparazzi shot, every vague caption is now being treated like a chess move in a game neither of them can afford to lose. This is no longer just a split between two former partners. It's a public war, with a child caught in the middle, and the world watching every move.